kind of a video is this going to be? Just me wandering around the shelter, pointing the camera at different things. I got a little bit excited to get back on the trail. I'm a little less excited now, sitting underneath this structure right before I get started as it's raining, but I can't stand here all day. Well, this is encouraging. I believe the name of this is Hell Hollow Creek. This is a significant change compared to what I dealt with before. So 3 miles in, 7 miles to go. So what a difference. That's the most snow I've seen all day. There is some on the trail within a quarter mile of the shelter, but that's the most snow going down to the privy. This was all snowed in. It looked like 1.5 feet or more just to get to the bear box. There was at least 1.5 miles, 2 miles, I don't know, that I was walking in a lot more snow a couple weeks ago that just didn't exist this time around. So it's a good sign. My confidence is back. It was colder than I thought it was going to be, but temperature-wise, I didn't think it was that bad. I've hiked in colder, but the cold, raw rain all day, it was colder than I thought it would be, and that was tough on my fingers. My feet are holding up pretty good. I mean, they're wet, a little discolored. I'll warm them up right now. I'm just happy to be here. It's drizzling. It's going to be cold tonight. It's going to be cold the next 5 nights, actually. I really want to utilize the shelters because there seems to be a little bit enough rain every day. I don't want to set my tent up and have to deal with wet stuff. I want to keep my stuff dry. I want to be able to get dry and warm at the end of the day. This guy just showed up. He was about 5 feet away, eating grass. And then he started coming right over like he was going to come into the shelter. Hey, bunny. Good morning. It is April 30th, 2023. And I'm back at the Glastonbury fire tower, and it's closed right now. So the ladder to get up is on the ground and it's closed. There's signs. It's unstable, unsafe. I don't know if you can see that mist. It's windy today. Wind gusts are supposed to be really high. And so it's not raining, but you wouldn't know that because that wind is going to knock all the raindrops out of the trees. But this was the point where I hadn't completely written it off, but I knew I was done 2 weeks ago. So I felt like I had to stop. I sat down over there on that concrete and I had taken my pack off. I was exhausted. I continued on maybe 100 feet, maybe a quarter mile. I don't know. Not very far, but I was going downhill and I was consistently post-holing up to my knee. And the first time I post-holed up to my hip, you know, that's pretty deep. I would guess that's 3 feet. Even though I see more snow than I did all day yesterday, there's a difference. I can tell there's a difference up here. Time to try to break on through to the other side. Probably a little less than halfway through the day. I'm at Kid Gore Shelter, and I'm stopping to have a snack. I'm working on my peanut butter crackers now. That's what's left of second breakfast. I have a bar, and I'm actually thinking about going off script. And this isn't something I normally do, but I'm thinking about eating all of my snacks right now and then just hiking the next 4.7 to Story Spring Shelter. I'll still have a recovery snack, and it's not a big deal. But just because I don't see myself wanting to pull up a rock on the side of the trail in these conditions, I might just eat everything I have now. A beaver bog dam, less than a half mile away from Story Spring Shelter, which is where I'm going. I'm heading that way. This is the kind of stuff I've been walking on all day, and it's beautiful. So I made it, Story Spring Shelter, and boy did I hit the lottery, because this is my kind of shelter, just wide open. That is about a quarter of a bottle, if not 20% of a bottle of Fireball that somebody left here. I'm glad I wasn't here when whoever drank the other 3/4 of the bottle. Good morning. Getting ready to go. Bag is packed. Gonna try to hit the trail. Hopefully I'm not dealing with too much of this. It is supposed to stop soon, so have some elevation to climb, 1,500 feet. That's not that bad, but as you can see, the trail is a water source, so that'll make it tricky with the rocks and the roots and the slipperiness. Well, the day is finally breaking my way like the weather said it would. The sun has poked its head out from behind the clouds twice. Today is shaping up to be a beautiful day, even if it's cloudy, as long as it doesn't rain. I mean, the whole trail is a water source. So as long as nothing is falling out of the sky. Oh, I just stepped in the mud big time. But I'm gonna take a little break here. I'm not gonna let that step in a mud puddle ruin my day, because I'm gonna take my Frog Hog rain jacket off. I already took my gloves off, and it's been 2.5 days where I was all bundled up. I even put these on, and I don't know if I needed to. I haven't gotten into the higher elevations of Stratton Mountain, so I won't take those off, because if there's any snow up there, that's the reason I put them on. And right now, I mean, there's blue skies. I'd love to get to Stratton Mountain with some blue skies. I would assume it won't be completely clear, but if I get a partial view, little fire pit, nice little camp spot. If I can just get a partial view, that would make me happy. The sun's shining on me right now, and then it just went away behind a cloud. But all these things make me happy. The uphill is trying to take away from my happiness, but I was built for this. One step at a time. I haven't seen this much snow since the Glastonbury fire tower. But this is what I put my pant legs on for. So let's see what I'm gonna come across as I turn this corner. AT Long Trail South. Blah, 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 just directions. I don't know what's in there. It's locked. For use of Green Mountain Club caretaker only. I don't know if you can see in there. Probably just tools. And it's another wintry mix. There's the fire tower. So this is actually beautiful. I don't mind this wintry mix because I'm a little ahead of schedule. It's between 3:30 and 4. So maybe I hang out here until 4, have a snack, have a little bit of coffee, and then I think I'm just 2 or 3 miles from the Stratton Pond shelter, so I'll get there. I'm gonna just guess 6 would be late, but I'll probably get there earlier than 6. I don't know how long it'll take me. It'll be downhill. This was a good climb. Got a mailbox, LTAT Story Spring Shelter. That's where I was, 7.5. So I have 2.5 miles to go because it says right there, Stratton Pond 3.2. You have mail. And there's the ski resort. So I'm not going there. There's a ski lift. There's a trail down there that'll take you, and sometimes there's a ski lift that's running. I don't know if it is or isn't in season or not. I don't know. There's restaurants. There's probably lodging. Again, it's May 1st, so I don't know where they are in their season. I got to get across this. And it's pretty powerful. I mean, there's been a fair amount of rain the last 2 nights. So I came down a little bit, about 20-25 feet, and I actually rock hopped right there. I didn't get my feet wet at all. So 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever it was, I was able to rock hop across. And now I'll just bushwhack back up this 10-15 feet, whatever it is, to the trail. I'm here. Can't wait to see the shelter. I have my water. Once I get to the shelter, I have to walk a little bit down to the pond. So I grabbed water like 0.4 before I got here. That was the last water source. And to me, that just shaves off one more thing to do at camp. So it's worth it. Oh man, I can't wait to get to the shelter. This rain is unexpected. I don't know how heavy it's going to be. I guess I'm in Stratton now. I wasn't really looking at Stratton's weather report. Good morning. It is May 2nd, and I am at the Stratton Pond shelter, getting ready to leave. That's where I stayed last night. This is a beautiful shelter. I'm not going to climb the ladder and go up to the loft, but you could easily sleep, I'm guessing, 4 people up there, maybe more. But four, at least 1, maybe 2. This is advertised as one of the biggest shelters in Vermont, and it is big. You could easily fit 12 to 15 or more people. It's a beautiful shelter. Big luxurious privy up there, wash pit right in front of me. Another privy over here. The Green Mountain Hiking Club stations a caretaker here in season to keep the grounds up. And they're nice grounds. They have a revegetation area. They have 3 tenting platforms up there. The shelter is just part of the Stratton Pond. There's a North Shore tenting site or something. I don't know how big that is. I'm not going down there. I'm not taking any extra steps. Here's the mini privy. Bear box is way up here. I can barely see it, but this bear box is probably the second farthest away from the shelter that I've ever come across. And it doesn't seem that bad now, but because it was raining last night, it just made it seem that much worse. But here's the bear box. It's a big one. It's got the handle that you stick your fingers up in to open up. But, I mean, it's really far away from the shelter. On a clear, sunny summer night, I wouldn't mind walking down here. But as you can see, it's not raining right now. Only supposed to rain 0.3, 0.35 or whatever for the rest of the day. It rained a little bit overnight, and this morning around 5:36 it started raining. So Stratton Pond Trail to the ATLT. That's where I'm going. Ten-second rule out on the trail. Not 3 seconds, 10 seconds. And if no one's looking, 30 seconds. If I'm being honest. That's Manchester Center. Now I can see where the trail goes when I come back, and this is where I'm going to continue down to get to Manchester Center. So my first town food is all store-bought. I'm just trying to make it one stop. I've got a whole array of things I wouldn't normally drink on the trail. Time to get busy eating and then get back out there. I forget what time I said it was, a little after 2. So I should be able to get to that Brommel cabin or whatever no later than 7. I have till 8. I'm perfectly fine hiking until 8. got pushed away from my beautiful picnic table to underneath this awning. With a little bit of luck, it'll clear up so I can walk out of here.